to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
Every time I look at the footage, I swear in looking at you through the entire length of the podcast, I feel like this mic is dead nuts on my pie hole as it is yours to your mouth.
Yeah.
And every time I look at the footage, I go, why is it not aimed at my mouth? And yours is perfect.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea.
You're just a wanderer.
What fucking goes?
You're just like, I'm doing.
Thing is, I'm self-conscious of like like if I look at the foot, like I'm always like, is it pointed at my mouth? Is it pointed at my mouth?
Well, this is what I keep saying when we have visitors like Dave.
I struggle.
Like, you got to fucking chew on that thing practically, you know?
I don't disagree with that. The problem is, I'm
very conscious of it.
I have very loud headset voice.
Yeah.
And so if I chew the mic, like swallow it balls deep, it peaks.
Does that mean
everything is redlined?
That mean you'll be swallowing D's nuts?
D's nuts. One would think I am a hardcore throat nader.
Throat goggler? Goggler? Gaggler?
Nope.
Not good? Really?
I don't know what Purple Kittles is supposed to...
Is that the name of it?
Yes, Purple Kittles.
Let me see the front of that can.
But it's got a goddamn...
No, not that can.
Oh. Yeah.
Shit's fucked right now.
Shit's so fucked.
It is. I feel like there's a lot going on, and we haven't been chatting that much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then, like...
For reasons.
The heat. I don't know.
It's oppressive right now. Well, the good news is, as a sad dad, there's not a lot going on in my life. I mean, I don't have a check engine light. Not waiting over a week for fucking tires for my car.
I have 2 Post-its of shit for us to talk. Like,
my AC has not halfway taken a shit the other day. We started blowing warm air until the inside of the house was 85 degrees.
Oh,
yeah. So it's all fun, man. It's all good. Everything's happy and fine. My daughter is back from school for her 5-week break.
Cool.
The house is a goddamn...
Oh, I was going to say free labor.
No, just try and get her to clean up after herself. The vacuum has already gotten stuck more times in the last couple of days than it has now in like months.
Oh,
yeah, because, it's like there's fucking underwear on the floor or whatever. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Or a fucking piece of luggage that she had stuff in it that she just left somewhere and like left the flap open and the vacuum like ran up the thing and got stuck. Just shit like that.
You have an all-terrain Rovi.
It needs a lift kit, apparently.
Yeah.
I need a lift kit on my Wise vacuum. Does anyone install those? Anyone know a good shop?
2 weeks ago or so, I was running into this, because the whole house fan.
Yeah.
We had like a week ago, plus.
It was awesome.
We had like a 4-day sprint of 100 hundreds.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, man, we had a chat. It was like, we had such a mild spring given the last couple of years and early summer last couple of years. I was like, you know what? I definitely have been saving on energy. So during that hot 4 or 5 days, I was like, I'm gonna
65 degrees.
I'm letting the AC
put it on 65.
Yeah, I'm ahead of the curve. And then it abated for
a couple days.
Yeah. Like Sunday, Monday.
That was really nice.
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
And it was like, sweet, back to savings. Like I'm using the whole house fan. It's like, oh yeah, it gets to 50s and 60s in the evening. Everything cools down. We are back. And then fucking mommy nature is like, hey.
Yeah.
I got some catching up to do, and I'm going to light y'all bitches on fire.
Right.
And now I'm back to like, okay, so
I feel like
I'm staggering the misters and wait till the house fan and the fuck.
Mommy nature is just sitting above this area right now.
Yeah.
With a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And we're like little ants. And just beaming somebody, and like that person is going to spontaneously we're just going to hear about it on the news, like so and so spontaneously combusted. Well, that's because you know what I mean.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, check this out.
I have this joke. Okay, so it starts out with this like really mild weather. Fuck you! It's hot.
I have a theory that if they just didn't report that it was going to be hot and we didn't know it was going to be hot, we wouldn't dwell on the fact that it's hot so much. You just kind of be like, oh, it's warmer today. If we didn't know what the temperature was, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
The thing is, too, like I went on my walk at 5.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it's warm. I feel like I am hotter right now
in the garage
sitting than I was on my walk where I was in the sun.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sad Dads Come Podcast, episode 250.
250.
I know. I saw that. I'm like, oh shit, we should get. No, it's too late. I got too much shit to do.
Yeah.
I'm not getting hammered. Anyway, I'm the Lord Foo.
I'm Jim. I feel like I'm almost lucky to be here tonight for some.
See, so I moved. I'm checking my shit.
Here's something interesting. So my son has been. They live in a condo. Him and his girlfriend live in a condo right now. His fiancée, I should say.
Yeah.
Right?
He's engaged.
And they have been planning now for a while to move into this house that's owned by her parents.
Right. We had prerequisites last week that we couldn't talk about some stuff, but now we're...
Yeah. So we did talk about this a little bit.
Our NDA has lifted?
Because she's out.
Okay.
But...
Bye, Felicia.
So it's been this thing where the person that's living in the house, or the people that were living in the house, was so Chandler's girlfriend's name is Nicole. So Nicole's parents, Nicole's father's mother, and his sister were living in the house. Grandmother passed away because apparently COVID got brought into the house. Or mother passed away because COVID got brought into the house. She got COVID and passed away.
Right.
So the sister has been living in this 3-bedroom house by herself. She wasn't even the one, I don't think, that signed the lease as far as I know. I don't know.
Okay.
But essentially, they didn't want to renew the lease and kind of actually asked her, if you want to move early, you're welcome to do that.
Okay.
It got sour. It got sour real quick. Like she was vehemently butthurt over all of it. She hasn't paid rent since May because this is, I don't know. From what I understand, this is something or other that has changed in California, that she got someone legal help or something that told her that she didn't have to pay rent because her lease was ending or something for like the last month and a half, she hasn't paid a dime for the space.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, well, I'm going to leave on July 12th and I will leave my keys on the thing. And, in your mind, you're like, okay, she's going to like clean out the house, pack it up. And I think she's moving to like North Carolina or South Carolina or some shit. She's like leaving town.
Oh God.
But she's like super bitter about the brother who evicted her. It's not an eviction if you don't get she had tons of time to know. She knew.
Okay.
She asked to have her lease extended for like 3 years. And he's like, no. We're not going to do that.
Okay.
So they get the keys today. They've been sort of like doing drive-bys and like, was she moving out? We don't know because, she won't let anybody into the house. Like there's this whole thing going on.
Okay.
Like, it's got a pool in the backyard. Is the pool green? We don't know because she won't let us in.
Okay.
And she won't like allow them to schedule time to come and do stuff or whatever. Chandler is a former pool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did pool repair and pool cleaning and that kind of stuff. So, Nicole's dad would have Chandler come over and work on the pool.
Okay.
She was real weird about that and like basically complaining that Chandler didn't have any idea what he was doing, even though she wasn't even doing anything at all.
Uh-huh.
All this kind of like all these things that like were part of the house she was like selling,
Okay.
So anyway, they get the keys. They go to get to find out what's going on with the house today, the garbage cans are sitting in front of the front door, which is strange. And there is fucking shit everywhere all over this house. There's rooms full of stuff. Like,
oh boy.
Yeah, just shit everywhere. And there's furniture all over the place. There's like a bed in the master. There's a TV on one of the walls. There's a home theater amp sitting on the floor in the master or in the family room.
Okay.
There's like 2 cabinets that don't belong in the house that are like extra that are in the kitchen area. It's fucking filthy. It smells like someone's just been hotboxing the house with weed.
Oh no! Oh well.
And there's all of the fire alarms are missing. They're not installed, and like the plugs, you know how like on a normal house they'll have them. They're all wired together.
Yes,
and they have power from a plug that plugs in from the house.
Right.
So they're not all standalone. And if this guy goes off, it sets them all off, so everybody knows.
Right.
The plugs that are in the wall, it's like they were just yanked out. You know, that kind of shit. So it's like bare wire, or the connectors are just like hanging there. And not the plastic bit that would go into the thing, but just the bare wire, you know?
Uh-huh.
So there's a bunch of that kind of stuff.
Someone was smoking the ganja, set off a smoke alarm, and just tried to yank a thing and probably yanked plug.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
The backyard's a disaster. The yards are dead. You know, I mean, just like terrible situation. Just terrible, you know, and it's going to take some time. They're going to paint the house. Obviously, it's filthy inside. She didn't do any cleaning whatsoever. She hasn't paid rent for a month and a half, you know, but they would go do drive-bys like about every day in the evening. They would go by and see what was, run by, trying not to get recognized.
Yeah.
And, like a couple days ago, like a moving truck showed up. It's like, oh, there's some progress. There's a moving truck there. But yeah, that was all prelude to getting into the house today, just finding the garage full of stuff, literally full of stuff. The attic, there's a drop down ladder in the garage. There were tons of boxes of like diapers, like for adult diapers.
Oh.
Tons of those up there, like all kinds of shit up above. I mean, just amazing how much stuff was left behind.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Very bizarre.
How does that stagger with the timeline of him getting out of the place that he's in now? Is he going to be boned in a...
I think they have until the end of July to get out.
Oh, okay. And so he's got some time, but now he has to front load cleaning instead of actively moving stuff over.
Yes, there's some of that. They're getting help from her parents, or I think are paying for the paint because it's like their property.
Okay.
So they've picked out paint, and so there's going to be painters, and then I think the carpet all has to be replaced, so they're having carpet put back in, some of the spaces. So
they weren't hot moving in anyway, but this is...
It's just over and above.
I gotcha.
It's over and above what was expected.
Right.
For sure. Because normally... And my understanding is that because it was his mother that moved into the house, Nicole's father's mother, they didn't charge her like a deposit or whatever. So I don't even think they have deposit money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's this whole thing, and it's like she was just rude, super rude. Like told him, you're dead to me now, and like made all these kind of like the emails like were very hateful and vindictive about the fact that he didn't want her to stay. It was just, man, it's like she is off her rocker. And it's like, he did that out of the kindness of his own heart to let you stay. First of all, you weren't paying enough rent to cover his mortgage payment, I assume.
Yeah.
But yet you're going to complain that the rent was too high. It's like, no.
Right.
So it's just kind of a bummer, but they're kind of walking into this situation where it's a house that's really cool. It's maybe $1,400 or so, $1,450, maybe $1,500-ish, somewhere in there.
Ours.
Yeah, maybe a little bit smaller for sure. But the yards are just trash. The inside of the house is trash.
Is the pool fucked?
The pool is clear actually, but it's very dirty. There is just shit in the bottom of it, and it's not green, so that's a bonus. And I think one of the Chandler said there was a booster pump on it that's burnt. He said they just installed it and it's dead. So she somehow screwed that up or something. I don't think any of the sprinklers have run for some amount of time, so all the grass is very dead.
Shit, I run my sprinklers. My grass is still pretty dead. I have to Bob Ross my shit.
I mean, it's gonna take some effort to get it. But you got to get the inside clean before you start working on the outside.
As a person with a home, like that's a good lesson and a hard lesson at the same time. It's like, well, you want your first experience to that kind of like your first home-ish to be something that you can like
a good starting block.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are tons of lessons as someone who's done many things and broke many things. There are lots of lessons at the front end here that he'll be able to, or he and her will be able to translate to their first full-blown home down the road. It sucks, but all these lessons with lawns and irrigation and painting and pool care and landscaping, all that stuff will translate to any home that they it sucks that it's a rental and not their home.
Yeah.
But who knows down the road if there's not a way to purchase or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like that could be a possibility, even if, I don't know. I have no idea. And what was weird, too, is we went over there and they were already in the house, like, trying to clean up and stuff. And there was, like I said, there was just stuff all over the place. And then people were showing up, like some dude and his son like showed up. Oh, we're friends with whatever her name is. She told us we could come over and pick up blah, blah, blah. And they're like, take it, And Dragos, that's his, that's Nicole's dad. Yeah, that's the father-in-law. He's like, oh yeah, well, do you want anything else? I mean, you can have that or this or, and he's like, no, I don't. Do you need a bed? There's a bed in the master bed, like a pretty nice bed, And he's like, no, I don't have any use for that kind of thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. So
your mom needs a new bed. I was just over there.
Yeah, and so interestingly, I had to leave I took Dragos and a buddy of his to Loomis. It's a funny story. I could tell you later. Drove him to Loomis to drop him off at like some bourbon club that they are a part of.
Okay.
So I dropped him off and came back, and when I got back to the house, they had the house pretty much cleaned out, which was cool. But he was already selling stuff. People were already there to pick up stuff that they had listed since I had left and come back. And people were there to pick up and buy some of the stuff that they were already selling, which I thought was fucking fascinating.
Yeah, that's just fast if you're priced to move.
Yeah.
There are
some furniture, $20. People are like, bam, mine, got it.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to do that with late 80s to 90s Tacomas or Nissan hardbodies, hey.
Just message you directly.
DMs, bro. They're open.
Yeah.
Or
if you got an international scout somewhere that's like just needs work and love.
Fucking $10K for a goddamn 1994. No.
I'll buy it cheap.
Yeah.
$1,100.
Ain't happening.
I'll take that. Maybe I'll do an LS swap on it.
Yeah.
It would never run. So that's been an interesting thing to see. They're, it's been like such a big part of their, like what's going on in their lives is, trying to get into this place. So it's been interesting to see how this is all working out. And, so we'll see. Interesting stuff. Nice little house though.
Yeah.
I guess when they bought the house, the intention was to use it as a rental. They basically gutted it like down to the studs and like rejiggered some of the walls and stuff. And like upgraded the cabinets and put granite countertops, and it's got this nice tile floor in most of the house, except in the bedrooms. It's got dual master like walk-in closets.
Oh,
real nice place.
Yeah.
It just needs some cleaning and some TLC.
Reset.
Yes. Yeah.
For the new tenants.
Yeah. So interesting stuff. Cool to see that happen though. But yeah, that chick is a little bit wacko.
You know, family and sometimes.
Yeah. I know. Trust me, I know. So, you know.
Do you, let's see, which one I want to hit first? Cookbook. Okay. So, you travel abroad.
Yeah.
Typically for family, like you buy a knick-knack and you bring back and you give it to, kids. Usually it was the kids. If I'm going abroad and I somewhere, I give a kid. So, for Fiji, my kids are with me. So, while I wasn't really getting anybody anything to bring back, Kim and Brett asked for a magnet, like a fridge magnet. So we're like, oh, okay, all right. When my dad was here before we left, he said, give me a cookbook. And I went...
So he wanted like a regional kind of...
Yes. And I have been...
You should have found like a Betty Crocker cookbook or something.
Right. Many places abroad, and it never really... Like, I've come, especially like when we went to Isle of Man in the UK, it was like a number of dishes, like, oh, I need to look that up when I get home, like how to make that thing. But my dad tossing out the cookbook, and I went, wait, what a fucking smart thing that, like, it was like almost funny to be like, I want a cookbook. Because the joke is like, yeah, I'll get you a Betty Crocker and we'll just,
Right.
But I knew exactly, and he just said cookbook, and he didn't say regional, but I understood.
I would assume that's what he would be looking for.
Yes. Yeah. I understood that, and that's what he was going for. And there were, I think at the time he said it, the wills were already in New Zealand.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, hey, in case I forget or in case someone else is in a place where they see this, my dad asked for a cookbook, and I think it's the greatest fucking idea ever. Yeah. And the wills were like, oh, man, we were just in this one place. We missed a boat. All right. So we're over there. We're doing a bunch of things, and we're just keeping an eye on, like, what would be like the ABC markets or anywhere we go to look for a cookbook. Because I definitely don't want like a Gordon Ramsay does Fiji kind of thing. I'm like, man, I was so hot on the idea that I'm like, fuck, I want to. And then when we experienced some of the culinary stuff that was there at Savasi, like, man, I was even more hard-pressed to find something.
Yeah.
And the second place that we stayed had like an in-house hotel-style, like, market, a store, like, in the lobby. And Venus had gone in there. She's like, oh, I saw a cookbook. And I went, oh, fuck. And she's like, yeah, but there's only one. And I went, oh, okay. So the last day we're there.
What, were you looking to buy multiples of the same thing?
If it was something... Well, maybe. Oh. I mean, I was hoping at least a selection of cookbooks would have been ideal. But she was like, there's one cookbook, like of one thing. And I went, oh, all right. So the last day we're there, oh, fuck, now's the opportunity. I'll go into the thing. She's like, yeah, because there was only one yesterday, so who knows if these things sell or not. And one cookbook, I didn't really flip through it. It was just like, well, this is all I've got. So, sure.
And what was the sort of theme of the cookbook?
It's all Fiji stuff.
Oh, okay.
It is it's a Fijian cookbook, Contemporary Island Cuisine, 2nd edition.
Okay.
So that is all that they had there, and I just I gave it like a flip through the page. I'm like, yeah, there's cookbook stuff in here. Fine. I walked up to the counter and I just bought it. And Venus and Xander were kind of milling around the store. They get like a couple things. And I get back out to where I was eating my breakfast, and I've got it just sitting there. And then I start flipping through it. And I went, ooh.
There's some good looking stuff in here.
Okay, so this is close to that. Oh, and all of a sudden, mouth watering, the lights going on about like dishes that I would make when I get back to the house. And I then show it to Venus, and Venus is like, she goes,
island fried rice.
Yes. So then she goes, well, maybe we just need to, because it was the only one there.
Yeah.
She's like, well, maybe we just tell your dad that it's his cookbook, but we'll keep it and make him dishes from it.
Nice.
And now I'm like, well, I'm good with that idea, because then I'm like getting deeper into the pages, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I will make some of this stuff. She's like, well, just look up like the ISBN on the back and buy it from Amazon.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, well, yeah, there you go. Except that cookbook is not available in U.S. Amazon, or when I set my region to Australia, it's not available outside.
Have you tried hitting like the publisher's website or anything?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So I then just Googled the name of the cookbook itself, and it's not available in any major retail outlet. I found it on a My Fiji Books or My Fiji something, like a small guy.
So
who's
it is
selling
a hardcore Fiji based.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
And it was, I think I don't know how much.
$300.
It was like $30-$40.
Yeah.
But I was like, if this is the only place I can find this, I bought it like sitting in the chair after having walked right out of the market buying the one that I got for my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, here.
Can you just deliver it right to my hotel room?
And it was like 3 to 4 weeks. And I went, fucking okay, whatever. But I need it. I'm giving my dad this one, but I need one for me, because it was like, I was like, I'm sold. So
maybe you could have just bought a PDF.
It showed up. It showed up last week.
So this is the second one.
This is mine. This is the one that I ordered on the spot from the small Etsy-style boutique shop.
Nice. And
it came with a card.
I love that.
Dear Jason, thank you for shopping at my Fiji store. I hope you enjoy Kanavanaka. Warm regards, Taz. This whole thing, just like, and now you can I get this like if I ordered like parts for my laser printer, but this whole thing summarizes the whole Fiji experiment.
Right.
Like, one, it was like small store. Two, even more important, because I know that I can't get this
here.
Yeah. I would have had to have known it was a thing, and then sure, I could buy it from that My Fiji store.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to go to Amazon and do Fiji cookbooks, I would not get this.
Right, you wouldn't find
And that's what I'm like, how fucking special is that? And plus the dude was just like, so like the whole card and the like, hey, everything about those people just like warms my heart.
That's
and
fun.
The shit in here, Piper flipped through it. She was like, okay, we should make this. The desserts are all like fucking crazy stuff. Some of the things that I thought were X turn out to be Y. But like a number of the menu items from the Savasi stuff that we were ordering, one of the things on there was a vegetable called capsicum. Now, you and I, being Hot Ones aficionados and hot sauces things, you would not understand probably the derivative is real close to capsaicin,
right?
Which is the shit that lights you up in most hot pepper stuff.
Yeah.
I had done an assumption that this capsicum thing on the menu was, be careful, there's going to be some heat in it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started flipping through, ooh, there's a nice breeze on my calves. It's nice. Are you getting that too?
Not yet.
It's like little Marilyn Monroe.
Don't make me feel bad because I'm not getting it.
I got the draft. I'm flipping through some of the recipes. I'm like, okay, some of these are local Fijian vegetables and whatnot. Like, can I even get this here? And I'm like, capsicum. Like, what is that? Can I replace that with a jalapeno? or a Thai chili or something. Google capsicum, red bell pepper.
Yes.
I'm like, oh fuck.
That
This
makes
whole
sense.
time. Like, and there
Yeah.
was too, like some of the dishes that we would order when we were there at Savasi, I had set myself up for, well, there's going to be some heat in here. And, oh, be careful. Now, some dish that we had for dinner had like a Thai chili segment on it.
Mhm.
And me and the photographer's husband, Chris, had this. It was there as a garnish, but we're like, fuck it, I'll do it. And my wife is yelling at me not to do it because she wanted hot action or something and was afraid I would nuke, fuego box my tongue or something.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, fucking
The bomb saucer face.
it's too late, man. I've teed this up with my daughter sitting right here, so I grabbed it, ate it. It was legit. It was a Thai chili, and it was hot as. It wasn't fuego box hot, but it put the sweat, and it lit Chris up too. But I think he's a little bit more. He might be more temperate than me, closer to you. But he was like, "Yep, there's some hot," and I'm like, "Yep, there's some hot there." I'm clean and jerking this, but a number of things are actually. They have a funny name for eggplant. Like a vegetable lasagna.
Like penis plant or something?
Yeah, like a total wang.
Yeah.
So I look forward to making stuff out of this. Plus, it's cool. Like, I didn't really walk away with any souvenirs for me. And it turns out...
That's the kind of thing you want.
Yes, it turns out that I'll be making tons of stuff from there. Some of the sauces and soups. God damn. Oh, there was a dal soup, DAHL soup. God, this blew me away. It was on one of the menu items for Savasi. Blew me away. I have no idea what dal is. It was some sort of local Fijian tuber. I don't fucking know. Look, Piper sitting next to me at the table last night. I'm like, what is look up dal. Chickpeas.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It's a chickpea soup.
It's a chickpea soup. Well, shit. Okay.
That actually makes sense because I think they use that term in Indian cooking a lot. And they use a lot of chickpeas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, hummus, dal.
Yeah.
I'm like, just say chickpea.
Yeah.
I would have fucking been blown. Oh, chickpea soup.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm there, I'm like, I don't know what this dal soup is, but I love it. It's amazing. And some of the other people who are more worldly were probably like, dude, it's chickpeas, and we have those back at the States, dickhead.
I mean, that's kind of similar to what Melanie was saying yesterday. She was like, do you know what brown sugar is? And I always thought brown sugar was just like a more raw version of regular processed sugar. Mm-hmm. But it's just sugar with molasses in it.
Yeah.
And I think I knew that at one time, but I'd probably forgotten, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I was watching somebody's stream.
And that's how it can be dark.
Yeah.
Or it can be light brown sugar.
Light molasses, dark molasses.
Yeah.
Somebody's Twitch stream who was gaming, and he was blown away that he didn't realize that pickles were pickled cucumbers.
Right.
He was like, wait, pickles are cucumbers?
I mean, do you think they grow pickles out on a bush?
Yeah.
You know?
And his fucking chat's blowing up like, I can't believe you're really doing this right now. Like, you didn't know that pickles were cucumbers? Like,
right.
What do you...
Yeah.
Do you think they just, grow this way?
Actually, they come like this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They come like this.
So you got your wife...
Yeah. So my wife was at Walmart, of all places, and she sends me this picture. And it's a picture of a bunch of these cans of D's nuts. D-E-E' nuts. D's nuts. If you want to see that. And
hashtag not a sponsor.
And it has a picture of a grandma on the side, and it says D's nuts. Everyone loves D's nuts.
Well, of course they do.
And the flavors were what was remarkable. So this one is the dill pickle flavored peanuts.
Okay.
Okay. Let me hand that over to you.
Okay.
And the one that really struck me was this one right here.
Smells like dill pickles.
Banana pudding peanuts. I've never seen a banana pudding. Those are hella good.
I love these.
Yeah. But a banana pudding peanut. I told my wife, you must buy the banana pudding peanuts. So you got to try those. And then
that's probably not good after a dill pickle, but.
And then the other one that we got was the hot cheddar peanuts, which, in my opinion, I love like cheddar flavored chips and that kind of stuff. I just thought, oh, this will be something.
Okay, so it does smell like banana pudding.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's I think it just needs. They're good, but I think it needs like more salt or something.
Oh wow!
There's an aroma, like you get a banana aroma.
There is definitely.
Yeah, isn't that wild? And it's actually pretty good.
It goes away real fast.
Yeah.
Not as fast as like the dill pickles linger. I'd eat the whole. I'd eat the whole can of dill pickles.
And I am not a pickle guy necessarily. I mean, I can tolerate them sometimes, but typically I don't want pickles.
Like hot.
Those are very good. Those dill pickle peanuts.
It smells like processed
cheese.
Mac and cheese. How hot?
Not too. It's got a little kick, but not bad.
Ooh.
They're good.
I like these too.
Yeah, and there's nice cheddar. Like you get a little bit of the heat up front with the cheddar flavor on the back. Very tasty. So anyway, I thought that was, and so I told my wife.
Where were they at?
At Walmart.
No, like where?
In the lingerie department.
Shit. Nuts and tits.
No, I don't know. Whatever aisle's got the peanuts and stuff on them. So.
I like those. I like the the hot cheddar.
Yeah. Well, I like all three of them.
Yeah.
The banana one is very tasty, but the banana flavor goes away pretty quick, and I feel like it would be enhanced a little bit with a little bit more salt. That's my opinion.
Could be.
But
it's very.
Put that on some like chocolate ice cream or something. That'd be really good. You know?
Yeah, like make a sundae with the banana pudding nuts.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Is anyone?
They're all very good though.
Lactose intolerant?
No.
So you could test that out.
Well, Shanna kind of is sometimes.
Just go make a sundae when you get home.
With some yogurt. Put it on the yogurt or something.
Let me know. Oh, like a parfait?
Yeah.
Like a granola.
Yeah.
Parfait in the morning?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So anyway,
I like those. I'll probably go get a can or
if you're
the dill pickles.
Yeah, if you're interested, try the try D's nuts.
D's nuts.
D's
Hashtag
nuts?
not a sponsor, but could be because the bath water's not selling.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Anyway,
so home improvement stuff.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your smart lock?
Level lock.
Okay.
You gonna tell me something bad about it now?
No.
Oh, okay.
My wife did. She was very particular. She had done her homework, and this might be the brand that Mike and Angie have, but I'm not 100%. But my wife did her research. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that she wanted. She liked the app, the ecosystem, whatever it provided, and she liked the aesthetic. It was the Schlage Encode Plus.
Okay.
She bought this months ago, back ordered. So purchased it from the Schlage site.
Okay, direct.
Months and months. Shipping is now months and months down the road. She then gets the warranty card for it that, like, oh, you've purchased it, so the warranty started. She's like, yeah, but...
And I don't have it yet.
Yeah, this was just before Fiji. She's like, I'm starting to get, like, the proof and registration stuff and the paperwork for having the thing, but I don't have the fucking thing. And you're telling me...
How can my warranty start if I don't even have the product?
Right. She's like, and now it's shipping in, like, August. She's like, bullshit. Last week, we're kind of, like, running down the stuff of, like, I'm remaking my list, like things we could do in the backyard, things we need to handle, and stuff that we've got, like, in the air, stuff we can handle. And she's like, I need to call Schlage and be like, hey, like, this is a bridge too far. Like, is my warranty... One, she wanted confirmation. Like, is my warranty ticking for a product that I don't have? Because that doesn't
jive with
that's not
logic.
Cool. Right. She's like, and I don't want to email, like I just want to call and I want to talk to a person. I'm like, all right, well, you're on that. We're dealing with some other stuff. I think Monday or Tuesday, she calls and she got a customer rep that was like super awesome. She's like we ran into a thing where it was like back ordering of the chips, like the Wi-Fi or whatever, the radios inside or whatever was something. Parts were back ordered.
Sure.
She's like, but
welcome to the club.
Venus found that Home Depot actually ended up having a number of the locks in stock. Mm-hmm. And so the lady basically said, here's what I'll do. If you want to go get a lock from Home Depot, and then you send me an email, call me, send me message direct. If you have the product in your hand, I will cancel your order and refund your money, but I won't do that until you tell me that you have one, because I don't want to cancel your order and then you get to Home
bumped
Depot
out of line.
Or Lowe's, and then you get bumped out of line as far as like back ordering and getting stuff. So super accommodating. I have nothing but positive vibes about how Schlage handled it, because we've been waiting for months for the lock, and like we really wanted to have that dialed in before we left for Fiji, so that way Emily didn't necessarily have to worry about a lock or anything.
Or a key or something.
Right, yeah, a key.
Yeah.
So Venus goes to Home Depot or Lowe's, I don't remember which, gets a lock. I think, so today's Wednesday. I think Monday, I put the lock in. Super easy. This is, it has its own software, but it's also Apple HomeKit compatible.
Uh-huh.
So there are some shenanigans that I probably should have been paying attention to as far as like Apple HomeKit's current software revisions, because now you can't use an iPad as like a home base. You need to have a HomePod or an Apple TV. And that locks in, whether or not you have something like that in the HomeKit current software, locks in your like features. You need to have like a base unit kind of thing. So, but I didn't know that at the time, so I'm like, well, if I can just rope this into HomeKit.
Yeah, buy a $79 on Prime deals right now.
Right. So
no.
So I set the lock up with HomeKit.
Sure.
Super easy, super intuitive. The Schlage software actually imports and will use the authentication for the Apple HomeKit. So once I downloaded the Schlage, which I didn't need to do, but I downloaded the Schlage software, and it's like, would you like to log in with? Do you have a sign in with us, or do you want to use an Apple HomeKit? Apple does the wizardry authentication behind the thing, and it just, here's your lock. It is what it is. You can set the auto lock time in the Schlage app, which you didn't look like you could do in the HomeKit.
Yeah, that's the reason why you'd want that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but once I did that, I don't really use the Schlage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You could set your pins and your account.
Besides maybe firmware software updates.
HomeKit will do it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So, outside that one time sequence thing, you don't need the Schlage app.
Okay.
We ran into like being able to make all the kids and everyone in my family plan a resident to be able to see the lock.
Right.
But I gave them all pins, and it's
they
fine.
lost them all.
Yeah. I don't know. I just used the garage. Everyone used the fucking Chamberlain anyway, or the MyQ.
Right.
But
we have too many options at our house.
Having it like auto lock. Great peace of mind with the dog, because my son tends to leave and not let the door shut all the way, or it shuts and then it cruises open. But if it locks automatically, the kicker is the just sort of like tap to pay. It has a key as a backup. Is the phone like tap to pay? You get close to the lock and it opens the lock. I'm like, oh man, that's hot sauce. I went on a walk with Jax. Come back, go to the front door. I didn't bring my phone with me. The watch.
Oh, okay.
Will boop tap to pay my front door lock, and it opens. And
then you get charged every time.
Yeah, it's like $4.99. $4.99. Dude,
wait, fuck! I just wanted to go in my house.
What happened?
It's like BMW heated seats.
I get like an alert. Apple HomeKit.
Right.
Door lock. Door unlocked.
I just got that for my garage door.
Did you? Yeah. It has been. It's such a small thing.
Yeah.
It's been so handy. Like I was trying to tell my dad because he was working a girls softball game late last week, and a number of the other umpires were using Apple Watches. And he's like, yeah, we're getting his blood pressure stuff, like older gentlemen, fitness stuff, heart pressure, blood pressure, a lot of the
heart pressure
diagnostic stuff that the watch does. And he's like,
blood oxygen levels.
He really got his fancy. He's like, we were in between innings, and I'm sitting there and I'm taking my water. I'm getting my water. I'm rehydrating, and the other guy, he's like sitting across from me, and he's like doing some shit on his wrist, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I've pulled up the rule book, and he was looking at a website, and he was looking at some girl's softball rule book on his watch, and he's like, so you can do that on yours? And I went, well, yeah, Dad, it'll do that. And he went, so what's the battery life on those?
Gotta get me an Apple Watch.
Yeah. Wouldn't go well. He's such a big dude.
Think they have him at Smart and Final?
I can't. I can't get him to keep his Google searches into. Last thing I would need is for him to be coming down. He's like, the hackers got me on my watch.
From Smart and Final.
Boobies. Holy shit, Dad. But the lock, Schlage Encode Plus.
Yeah.
Super awesome. Once I get the HomeKit stuff dialed in so that all the kids can come and go or use the pins as they see fit.
Awesome.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
And it's a very small, it uses AA's. It's on the inside, so no one's really beep booping from the outside. You can set up as many pins as you want. And it was funny because my dad was here earlier, and I'm out and about, and because it doesn't have the HomeKit tie-in, it's not, I can't unlock if I'm not on the same Wi-Fi network. So it's not networked right now without the HomeKit.
Oh, I see.
Pod doodad. So I get the ring notification. My dad's at the door, and I realize, fuck, I can't even unlock it. Xander was here, and Xander unlocked the door.
Yeah.
But once that part of the HomeKit is working, I could then unlock the door, for my dad.
Just send him an invite. Make him a user.
Yeah,
he can just
I'm like,
unlock it.
I'll just give you a pin, Dad, and you can do that. And he's like, I wondered because it looked like the lock had changed. I'm like, yeah, well, your key ain't going to work anymore, but I hadn't gotten to that part because you show up Fridays, and today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's one of the things that we liked about the level lock is that it used the same lock outer bits.
Mm-hmm.
So the look of the lock stays exactly the same. You're just changing the inside.
The guts.
The guts or the actual locking mechanism.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's a smart lock in there. But it doesn't necessarily have tap. It does use Bluetooth to unlock, but it doesn't have like tap to unlock like what you're seeing.
Yeah.
But if you get your phone close to it, it'll just automatically unlock. Are you using the gated, the geo-fencing unlock abilities? Does it have that, I assume?
I don't know. Oh. Outside, like once it worked with the HomeKit, I stopped fucking with it. I was like, it does exactly what I want to do. HomeKit might have that kind of automation capable.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
But I mean, I would do that for the garage.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know.
What's nice
I didn't poke around.
If you're on a walk, right, and you leave your geofence, whatever geofence is, circle is around the house, what you leave that if you're with your phone, if you take your phone with you, and then come back into the fence, it'll recognize you're there. And then as you get close, at least our house, you get close to the lock, then it will automatically unlock for you. So you don't have to do anything necessarily. Yeah. It's not always like immediately unlocks. There's been a couple times where I'm like standing there going, okay, you can unlock now. Yeah. But it will do it on its own, which is kind of cool. So the negative part of that is you come home and you pull in the garage and then come in the house and then you hear the door unlock. And then because we have it set to auto lock after a few minutes or whatever, then you hear it close again. And then I've actually locked myself out of the house a couple of times on accident. So, one time my manager came over to drop off some stuff, and I was standing out front talking to him, and I didn't have my phone on me, or was it somebody? I didn't have my phone on me, and I hear behind me, and it makes a little sound, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I had to call Chandler to
hit the button.
Yeah, because my wife was at work.
Will it work? Is there a watch app?
Yeah, you can unlock it with your watch.
Is it as hokey as the fucking MyQ on the Apple Watch? That thing's still hokey for me.
No, it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, I have stopped relying on the Apple Watch bit of the MyQ. Yeah. I used to use it a lot, and then at some point, I couldn't get it to ever work. Yeah. It would just sit there and spin and spin and spin. I'm like, what the fuck,
Sink or
man?
not, get the fuck.
Yeah.
Pick one, bitch.
But beyond that, so I think that's a really cool thing to have, and the fact that you can easily add somebody. Yeah. But the other nice thing I liked about the level, aside from the fact that it uses the same hardware, is the key doesn't change. So I didn't have to get a new key or tumbler or anything. Yeah. You didn't have to change anything at the lock as far as the key. So your normal key still works if you need to use it. Yeah. And the lock doesn't look like it's anything special. It just looks like a regular deadbolt. So that's one of the reasons why I really like that thing. There might be a couple of downsides, like I do like hearing you can just tap your phone like you're paying or something. That's really cool. Yeah. But aside from that, I think pretty much the feature set's the same.
Sounds. Yeah. The remote anywhere unlock lock if data's.
But it's kind of like a game changer a little bit, and especially if you have remote ability to unlock the door. Yeah. That's
that changes. I was talking to my dad about the watch. I'm like, the thing is, I said, I find myself the closer, the further we get in time, the more I find myself taking my wallet less. Like and it's not to the point where I'm forgetting it. It's that I have 80% of what I need to do something
in your phone and your watch.
In my phone and my watch. Yep. And oftentimes on my walk, I'm not even taking my phone.
My wallet.
I can pay with my watch.
So my wallet and my keys when I go on a walk stay at the house. I don't want them in my pockets. Yeah. So I have my watch and my phone.
As soon as California gets their shit together with the digital driver's license, I'm only getting older, and the memory is starting to slide some. If I can forget my wallet, but be legally safe, that, it's only a benefit to me. Less devices, less things to carry, less things to lose, less vulnerability while you're out and about. Does that start to bottle feed into a couple tech devices? Yes, but if I fucking have all my financials in my wallet and I forget my wallet, well, how is that not the same kind of bottleneck? At least my phone, I have redundancy in a phone and my watch currently with the current set of hardware that I have. That works out perfect for me. The only thing holding me up is the digital driver's license.
I think we're getting close to that because
I hope so.
You go to some bars or whatever, and they want to scan your license. and verify
like a swipe.
and so you have the ability to have your phone be an electronic, not just the picture of it. I mean, that's too easy to fake, right? But to like have like RFID scanning ability of something on the iPhone. You have the wallet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can have. I thought this was really interesting. We went and saw The Cure a few weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tickets were all electronic, so you didn't. Get a paper ticket. And the ticket went into the wallet, right?
Yes.
And then when you go to the venue, you didn't scan your screen like a QR code. You actually put the phone down on a reader, and it read the fact that you had a ticket from the RFID reader bit on the phone.
Huh.
And then you swiped to the next one, and it read that too. And I was like, oh, shit. So that's where the driver's license shit would come in too, right?
And I'm pretty sure they're in beta. It's just
the problem is getting that kind of hardware out to
every
fucking person in the state who wants to use it, and then making it viable and non-hackable, so that you can fake an ID with your phone. Because it seems like, in my opinion, it seems like that would be a really dangerous thing to let loose and not have control over from a state standpoint.
It's probably you would like to think that the reason it's taking so long is because they're interested in doing it in a secure,
in the right way,
and safe right rollout.
But maybe I don't know.
But that's probably way too generous.
I don't know. We should call Newsom and ask him what's the deal.
So last week, my dad asked me, Smart
and Final?
The Amazon Prime Day deals.
Yeah.
Is there going to be anything good on there? And I went, I
don't know.
Fuck if I know, Dad. Now, if you've been, the amount of seasons we've been doing the show, the whole Cyber Monday and Black Friday and the what are the Prime Day sales that have been going on?
Yeah.
It's the hit and miss. Most of the time, there's nothing. And I pretty much told him, Dad, I don't know. I mean, these seem just like a way for them to exodus a bunch of inventory that is useless to me. And I don't know.
I always felt like it was designed around selling Amazon hardware like Echo Dots and shit like that.
Right.
We've got a shitload of these that you guys aren't buying. So,
and if you pull up the site, you're going to see
those are there.
The Kindles, the Dots, the shows, their earbuds, and all their shit is generally the easy banner right up top.
Right.
And I'm probably not going to impact you at all, Dad. But I don't fucking know. I'm not really looking. It's been years, and I've been so jaded by the whole process. I'm I don't even bother looking. If something runs across and it tickles my fancy, maybe I'll poke deeper. But I don't consider this anything worth my time until Monday. I do this thing. I don't know if you do it.
Sometimes.
When I start kicking around a new project. Hey, all the time.
Doing it right now.
Yeah. Buy the bathwater. When I start kicking around a new project or something that the kids run into, or looking Emily in the Jeep, like a tool or something that a project might need, a tool, or I'm watching a Vice Grip Garage and he talks about a product. I don't need that right now. But if I ever went into that arena or space, I'm going to put this in my wish list in my Amazon. If I can find it on Amazon, I'll just put it in there. Because if I ever get to this thing, I'll want to remember
what it was.
A gasket maker or gasket paper or a lubricant of some sort or a tool that does this one thing better than a compression tester, spark plug, whatever.
Yeah.
So my Amazon wish list is just full of random stuff, knickknacks, things that are like a remember list.
Yeah.
Monday, I decided, because I bought a bunch of stuff before I left for Fiji, the Insta 360 and some adapters and memory cards and a case and whatever that I had in my wish list for I got to curate my list. clean it out. So I'm cleaning
because at some point maybe you're not even interested in the thing anymore.
Right. I'm like, I don't even. There's no way. I don't.
That's
I had like
dream.
the kids' laptops were like in there from years. I'm like, I need to get those out because I wouldn't buy that new. Like, that's dumb. I got to trim up the list.
Right.
So I'm going through my list. I'm cleaning up stuff, and I get to a welder that I had put in there like a year and a half back. After I saw something on a Kickstarter, and I'm like, oh, it's like Argonaut. It's like one of those multifunction welders, 110, 220. And so I'm scrolling, and I hit that thing, and I went, oh, but it had like a banner, fucking flashy something on it, and I went, well, what the is this going on here?
Oh, it's a Prime Day.
It's exclusive Prime members Prime Day deal, 35% off.
Nice.
$500 welder.
Yeah.
$334. And I went,
add to cart.
I don't have a, and it was like Monday evening, and I went, oh, well, that's how this works. So then I see it, and I went, oh, fucking, well, that's a pretty good deal. So then I start scrolling, and my wish list had like a number of these things that were like Amazon Prime member exclusive.
That's smart.
And I went, so the trick is to
value.
Yes, is to not know. I don't know, but if I check my wish list, well, that's how I know what shit's on sale.
Because the thing of it is Amazon Prime Day sales, there's a lot of things that are on sale.
Right.
But finding that shit is
like, I'm not going to scroll.
There's so many pages of it.
But my wish list it was like a fucking JCPenney Christmas catalog full of stuff.
I don't have that much in my wish list.
Oh, man, mine.
I might start to have to do that.
It's formidable. So I'm like, ooh, well, I don't need that. Ooh, no. And so I'm like 35% off. Like a $500 welder at $300 and change is like, that's pretty good. But I don't have a need. I do not have a need. 35% off, it's like tickling my fancy. I'm like, yeah, but
I'm twitching.
Great fucking deal. Put it in my cart. I go out, I walk, I go to the gym, I come back. I'm like, I don't need this. Remove it from...
Here we go again.
There's going to be a blip. But I saw it. Hands out here. You fucking dumbass. I swear to God.
Just keep away from the laptop.
Damn it. So, I removed it from my cart yesterday. I'm like, yeah, but goddamn, that's still a great deal. I move on. Like, I don't need it. I don't have a project. This morning, fucking Amazon. Hi. Hey, man.
We saw you put that shit in your cart.
Last chance for Prime exclusive day deals. Hey, you remember this from yesterday? Like, motherfucker.
Oh, here we go.
I'm like,
well, how much? What's the percent now?
It was still 35%. And I'm like,
it's not going to be any cheaper.
I'm like, I click it. Fuck it. Buy now. Fuck it. Click it. And I sent a thing to Venus. I'm like, hey.
I just bought a welder.
I bought a welder, but it was like 35% off. She was like, oh.
I already have a project for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, fuck, it's just too good of a deal to pass up.
Yeah.
So, when my dad was here, I'm like, hey, you remember last week? And you're like, hey, what kind of problem? And I told you, I don't fucking know. I said, I bought a welder. And he went, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got projects for you. And I went, why would you not fucking tell me that you need me to do some stuff? And he's like, you didn't have a welder.
You didn't have a welder,
like,
exactly.
Damn it, Dad.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
He's not going to say, hey, buy a welder. I've got stuff to do.
Right. What the
yeah.
Anyway, so I did it. I bought, and there was tons of other stuff. And then Venus, she's like, so what other stuff is on there? I'm like, I don't know. You need to go through your fucking wish list and
stop looking.
Pray.
I am not looking anymore.
Pray. She's like, well, the laptop's on sale? My fucking woman.
Sure.
Maybe.
Probably.
Like, look for a French screen door for the back door because we kind of need one of those. And she's like, laptop? And so anyway, maybe she bought a laptop. I don't know. But they're there.
Yeah.
But
I bought some car wash foam soap.
Chemical guys had stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bought the big jug. Was like $14 or $15 or something. I'm like, I can't pass that up.
They sent me a bundle that has their new like small electric pump thing. I can't remember
electric pump thing.
That
like a foamer.
Like a no. It's like what our Sunjos or electric power washers, but it's like almost the size of a bread box. It's real small. It's just like a
So like a water pressure washer.
Pressure washer doodad.
Huh.
Hose in, pressure, get hose.
And then I found it actually through we went to Chandler's house last night for dinner. And he had on his TV, was up on the YouTube app on his Apple TV.
Yeah.
And so I was scrolling through. I was like, oh, let's fuck with his algorithm a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then there was like, hey, here's some videos about shit that's a deal on Prime Day sale. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm watching it, and I'm literally saying to me, how are they finding some of this stuff? So one of the videos was talking about these like, they're like little organizers, like little trays that like you can connect together.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I want that. And it was like $13. So I'm like, I'm fucking buying that.
Yeah.
So today I like went into the garage organization area on the Prime Day shit and went, there it is.
I'll be damned.
And fucking ordered that shit. So I got some soap and some little organizers, and I might have bought one other thing.
Yeah.
On Prime, but nothing more than like maybe $20 or $25. Yeah. Like I don't spend I'm not. I got so much other shit to buy.
Yeah. Like there's tons of other more important. Like there's, in the house there's a lot of more important shit to be. But I'm like, fuck.
I mean, I'll give you an example. Like we talked about this a while ago. We've been painting the house. We painted the outside of the house, right?
Yeah.
We never finished, right?
Well.
Over the weekend, my wife flew up to Millie's to drive her home. I was home alone for the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I was out on my driveway and I looked at the trim around the garage and went, I need to fucking finish that. So Saturday, it was nice outside. Yeah. Really nice this weekend. I went to Lowe's. I bought the paint, got a couple other supplies. Fucking 1 gallon of paint was $62.
Oh boy.
Yeah. For one, it was like $48, I think, the last time I bought a can.
Oh boy.
$62. I was out of Lowe's for $85 for 3 things that I bought. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So I painted the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like.
You finished it.
Yeah. The shelf got painted, all the trims painted. I touched up all the places where Chandler oversprayed.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. So yeah, it got painted. The rest of the house, the front of the house looks great.
Kick ass.
It's not 100. I'm 99% done. The really hard shit is like the peaks the trim that goes up the side of the house, on the peaks on the sides of the house.
You have paint left over?
Yeah, I got enough paint. I could finish it. Oh. And the gutters in the back need to be done. I haven't done that. I just did the front.
Yeah.
But it was a few hours of painting out front. It was quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, it was nice weather, too.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. There's so much shit. I got so many projects. It's like, I was like, I gotta do this. I got so much stuff going on. Like, I need to start checking some shit off the list instead of like having it just weigh on me.
Yeah.
And one of the big ones was finishing what I finished. Like the rest of the stuff I can just be okay with.
We had, we talked about this like months and months back. The can light that was like flickering.
Yeah.
And I just pulled it and then unplugged it. I'm like, fuck, I'll get to it later. I had the ceiling fan on the back patio was the same thing. So when I was telling you about the list of shit that Venus and I were like trying to, and the lock was one.
Yeah.
Like the ceiling fan on the back patio, its light bulb was doing the same shit. And I'm like, I can solve one of these things, and it's been so hot lately that I don't want to get in the attic to look at the can light. But the outside ceiling fan, one, that's as old as Xander at this point.
Right.
We don't use the lights. We have two sconces on either side, and it's really low, and it's old. Like, it could be, we just want to replace that. The scam that is high-priced ceiling fans at the box stores.
Yeah.
Like, we're looking for, I need a fan that's like at least damp.
$200.
Yeah, $200.
Yeah.
Damp resistant. It's outside, and I need it to be damp, outdoor capable. And $199, $220.
Yeah.
Fuck. And a light fixture. We don't need a light fixture anymore. We want simple. We want it tucked up a little bit higher than we've got it right now, and black. That's it.
Yeah. $200.
Yeah, you aren't walking out of the box stores without spending $200. I don't need fucking that shit. Amazon, while in the store, 52-inch black outdoor $99. Like, okay,
order.
That's
I'm like, I'm
gonna get home. I'm gonna get home and we'll pick out a fan, but we're gonna save at least half on getting something that's exactly what we want.
Yeah,
from fucking Amazon,
and not more than.
And it wasn't a Prime Day deal,
right?
Who knows? If I'd have waited 24 hours, I might have got lucky. I did that Monday or Tuesday. Might have been yesterday, because I did think I did the lock Sunday or Monday. Done. Check it out. Check it off the list. And then this afternoon, I saw something while looking at Threads, of all things, and it was in the same vein that we're just talking about. And it was a high-profile content creator, and she basically said, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And I just thought, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As someone that, struggles with, the anxiety of just, the social part, there are plenty of things where it's sometimes I don't tackle a thing because...
For fear.
For a fear of either looking stupid because someone's going to go, yeah, but didn't you know?
Yeah.
And there are plenty of things that I don't know.
Right.
And I get it. Plenty of things.
Yeah.
The apprehension of looking stupid when I know I'm not a stupid person.
Yeah.
You are not a stupid person. I will make mistakes. And everyone does. I need to start letting go the apprehension of whether or not someone thinks I'm stupid just because I made a mistake. And I will start to get Thomas the Thomas really is since I've been back from Fiji, is the advent of me, I need to I'm
let it go.
Tony Overbay. I'm learning new paths because I'm not a dumb person, but I will make mistakes, and I've always been upfront with saying, I didn't know that, and I fucked up, but I'm going to iterate, and I'm going to move forward.
Right.
I don't know what was causing the flicker in the ceiling fan, but I do know that I need to fix it.
Yeah.
And at half the cost for I'm not a ceiling fan electrical engineer. But it was old. Right. It was old, needed to be replaced. I can do that. I can fix that. It just needs to get done. I need to start tackling. And I'll do the same thing for the can light. I'll get up there when it's not sauna in the attic and start fixing some stuff because I'm okay.
Sometimes you run into shit, though, like our dishwasher. Okay?
Yeah.
It runs. It's fine. But what happens is it gets to the dry cycle where it starts drawing a lot of current for drying.
Mm-hmm.
And then it doesn't get enough power and will shut off and say it'll flash PF, power failure.
Okay.
And so Rick, I had contacted Rick about this a while ago, and he's like, oh, you just got to get down there where the plug from the wall goes into the little junction box and there's wire nuts in there. Just tighten the wire nuts down. It's just losing connection.
Yeah.
And so I did that. This is a while ago, couple of years ago, and that fixed it. It seemed to go away, and then all of a sudden it came back just recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, fuck, I just need to take it, get in there and fix it.
Yeah.
But the problem is the plug is behind the dishwasher. It's not in a place where I can get to it.
Okay.
I got to pull the dishwasher. So I'm like, fuck it. I pulled the dishwasher completely out, unplugged it, got into that box, pulled the 2 wire nuts off, and sure as shit, one of them was the 2 wires were just fucking a mess, right?
Yeah.
And it's oh, well, no wonder.
Right.
Okay. So instead of using wire nuts, I used those
Wagos?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got one of those and got all the wires cleaned up and put a Wago in there and one of each, right? One for ground and one for the power.
Mm-hmm.
Plugged it back in, put it all back together, put the thing fucking whatever, screwed it back into the thing, like the whole thing, right? Put the kick plate back on, run it, and then the first fucking time power failure. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? So, but what's weird is it did that 2 times, and then the third time it ran without a problem. And then it power failed a couple more times. And now it's run a few times and it hasn't. So I don't really understand if there's maybe there's something else happening that I don't know. But like, I completely cleaned those things up. So it's like, I'm failing at this project for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's beyond me what that would be.
Right. And but you've exhausted the things that you know with the addition of the help that you had. Right. So, you're a QA guy, not a small appliance person. Right. So you're either gated by the time it will take you to search and ingest the fix or make a call for someone who's a professional to tell you the fix.
That's the thing is like, I don't want to have some asshole come out and like be like, oh, well, the Wago you installed was fucking bullshit, or the wire wasn't big enough for that Wago. Maybe that's part of it. Well, maybe it's not snapping closed on it hard enough or something and it's jostling. I don't know.
Hashtag not a sponsor, but you should use Wagos over wire nuts.
I think they're great.
Yes.
Chandler hates them.
Well.
He's like, those are garbage. And I'm like, I don't think so. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to fucking pull that thing back out and unplug it and get back into the box. And I think what I'm going to do is strip the wire down a little farther and then double or triple up the thickness of the wire. So like fold it up on itself.
Yeah.
And maybe even put a little solder on it and then put it in the fucking Wago.
See what happens.
And see what happens. I don't know. Is that the problem? Maybe. I don't know. It was power failing.
At least you can exhaust that one spot is not.
It is now going to be way better than it was before.
Right. And the problem has moved
maybe
to some other wiring somewhere else.
Yeah. Who knows? And nothing that I have control over. And it probably means a dishwasher.
Yeah, new dishwasher.
Fucking $700 for a dishwasher.
That didn't happen to have a spare unit in your son's move-in place, right?
No.
You're like, hey, by the way, I'm taking the dishwasher.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it would have been handy.
Yeah. But, maybe I'll get a Melee or what was that one that Dave's
Miley?
got?
Melee?
Miley?
How do you say the name? I don't know. Miele?
Mielle or something like that. Whatever.
Maybe
I'll get one of those.
Is it French-Canadian?
That's probably it.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at time, buddy.
All right. Well, next week should be better than this week because I don't know how it could get any worse.
Scratched 2 of the 10 fucking things on my list off.
There was a lot happening this last week. A lot. So it's fine.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to fucking AI-generated pictures. Or
Are you talking about boobies?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Smart and Final?
Yeah, that too. Buying shit off Instagram.
Don't do it.
You don't. Oh, whoops.
You're going to be sad. Bring on, just calling up the sadness real fast.
Yeah, just book that one. Anyway, that's not me. I never would do that. But you should wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your ass.
Return the cart.
Check your oil, Tony.
Stay up to date on your shots.
Make the call if you need it.
Register to vote.
And do the kindness.
And we'll catch you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.